Hi everyone, it's Mike, and today I'm going to do a video for you on the cramp ball fungus. Now this is a response for one of my subscribers here on YouTube, and today we're basically going to cover the uses of the cramp ball fungus, where to find it, and we're also going to do some usage of the fungus in question. So stay tuned guys, and I'm going to set up just over here and get on with the video. So see you in a bit. So guys, I thought I'd use this fallen tree here as a platform for us to work off today while we're doing this video on the cramp ball fungus. Now first of all, I want to tell you a couple of things about the fungus itself. So, its name first of all, as I just mentioned, the cramp ball fungus. Now the proper name for it is Daldinia concentrica. Now this refers to the concentric rings that run throughout the fungus itself. So if you cut a section of the fungus off, you will see the concentric rings that run through the fungus, much like if you take a cut of a tree, you know, a cross-sectional cut of a tree. Now there are a couple of other names for this fungus as well. Some people may call it King Alfred's cakes, as it does resemble a bit of a burnt bun, which is where that kind of nickname would come from. Some people may also know it as like a tinder fungus, but a tinder fungus is quite a generic term for any fungus, as the name suggests, which we could use as a tinder. Now where does it grow? Well, it grows in deciduous woodlands. Now predominantly it grows on fallen ash trees. Now it is a fungus that will only grow on a fallen or weakened tree. It will not grow on a live tree. It has been known to grow on, you know, birch and a few other deciduous kind of trees, but predominantly just look for it on ash trees. Now strangely enough, I am actually sat on pretty sure this is a fallen ash tree. I can tell pretty easily really. One giveaway with the ash is the blackened shoots, but anyway, we're not doing a tree ID video. If you did want me to do one, I can obviously do one, but this is a fallen ash tree, so maybe in a year or so, it's a fair size, so maybe in a year or so, if it doesn't keep going and manage to shoot off, we may get a couple of funguses on this one when it starts to dry out and decay. So what we'll do now guys is we'll get into the actual the fungus itself, and I'll show you what I mean about those concentric rings, and then we'll go over a couple of the uses for the fungus. So stay tuned guys, and I'll bring you back in a minute. So guys, pretty sure you can see me okay now. So here is a leather drawstring pouch. Don't need to go into that, it's just a simple leather drawstring pouch that I keep my cramp ball funguses in. And inside this I have some funguses that I've took home and dried out. Now what I can tell you about picking these is that when you pick them, often they will be wet. So even when you go up to the tree and you pick them off, they're probably going to be damp. You probably won't be able to use them straight away. Now the one I have here, I'm just going to zoom in on this one for you. There we go. So the one I have here, you can see, is a jet black in colour. Now when they are growing and before they have spored, they are a brown colour. Now the brown ones, really, you can pick them and you can use them, but they don't work as well, and also when you take them home you have to be very, very careful because they will spore, and the spores are black, and it's a very fine black powder, and it will go everywhere. And put it this way, if you get it on anything white, you know, a radiator or anything like that, you are going to cover the radiator in some black spores that may be quite hard to get off, and I'm pretty sure whoever you're living with might not like that. But anyway, as I say, you're still going to have to take them home and dry them out, or for the most part anyway. So the fungus will grow on the tree like it is there. So guys, here we have the fungus as it would grow on the tree. This is a bit of fallen ash. Now as you can see, it's growing on the end here, probably because it was the easiest place for the fungus to take hold. Now these ones are black, and you'll notice that they will come off the tree fairly easily, and these ones actually may be fairly dry. I'll crack them open. Yeah, they feel fairly dry, but they are a little damp. Now, one thing I would say while gathering this fungus is, if you're going to leave the ready coloured ones that haven't spored and collect the black ones, then you know that next year you're going to have some more, probably in the same spot or closer. So what I will actually do is collect these up, as the fungus does have like a shelf life and they will rot away eventually, and obviously you could have collected them, dried them out and saved them. So guys, now we've gone over the habitat in which the fungus itself grows, and we've gone over the details of how it grows and when to pick it as such. I can also tell you that it does often grow, can be found throughout the year. However, you want to be looking for them around about between the end of autumn and spring, and then through the year it grows, and then back into autumn again you start looking for them. But as I say, now I'm finding a lot of the black ones, so now is a very, very good time as far as I'm concerned to go looking for them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this one in half and show you the cross-sectional area of it. So, this won't take much to cut it. Should cut very nicely. That other half has just gone on the floor, I'll pick it up in a second. Just going to sheath my knife first of all. Right. So, we have two of the cross-sectional areas of the piece there. Now hopefully I'm going to bring you in a little. So guys, I'm pretty impressed with that camera skill there to get that close up, but anyway, hopefully you can see the lighting isn't optimal as such, but hopefully you can see there the concentric rings that run throughout the fungus. Like I said, a cross-sectional area of a tree. So guys, I suppose we best go over some usage of this fungus. Now, you can use a Firesteel with this fungus to strike onto it to create an ember, and then use that within a bird's nest and blow it into flame. Now that's a great practice as such, because you are practicing the ember to flame stage of firelighting, which is one of the hardest parts. But primarily for me, the best usage of this tinder fungus is with a flint and steel. Now my flint and steel kit is in this pouch here, so I'm just going to get it out. So, bit of flint, bit of steel, and for this I'm also going to use a piece of charcoal. Now supposedly you can strike directly onto the fungus, however I'm not going to do so, as for me it's more of an ember or coal extender as such than it is a direct source of tinder. So one of these pieces I'm going to use for the flint and steel method, and another piece I'm going to use for the Firesteel method. So I'll put this piece aside for now. Now what I'm going to do is change the camera angle so you can see my hands a lot better and you can see exactly what I'm doing. So guys, hopefully you can see my hands okay here. Now what we have is we have a piece of char cloth, a piece of flint and a steel striker. So I'm sure you've seen this all done before, but we're just going to strike some sparks onto it like so, and we've already got a glowing ember for you here. can see that. Starting to glow red there. So then what we have to do is we have to transfer this to our fungus simply by putting it on it and a bit of a blur. And that is now glowing. As you can see there. Now this will glow for a couple of minutes, this piece, but if you get bigger ones, obviously they're going to glow for longer. Now one other good usage of the fungus is that if you put these around camp glowing, that's assuming you've got access to quite a few of them, the smoke will deter insects. So if you leave these around camp, every now and again one of these smoking away is going to circulate in the air and hopefully deterring the insects through the summer months. Now on the next part of the video I'm going to show you lighting this with a Firesteel, and I'm also going to show you then how we create a flame from this. So I'll see you in a minute, guys. So guys, as you all know, with our bushcrafting skills we do have to practice the basic skills that we may think we still earn as such, but you've got to remember you only earn a skill if you can do it in all different types of situations. So you need to be able to do it from the offset in many different types of situations, as I just said. So this is a Firesteel, as most of you know. I've got a Falkniven F1, which is a Swedish survival knife. If you do want to see more of that, just give me a shout and I'll show you. But basically what we're going to do here is we're going to light the fungus using the Firesteel. Now the Firesteel creates sparks of around, I think it's about 3000 degrees Fahrenheit, I think, so it's about 1600 degrees C. I'm pretty sure that's right, don't quote me on that one. But basically what I'm saying is it creates a lot hotter sparks and burns a lot hotter than the charcoal was when we did the flint and steel method. So it should effectively take easier, but the purpose of this type of method for me is to practice your ember to flame scenario. So I'll just show you this now. So what we do is we take fungus here and we just try and strike some sparks onto the fungus. Which will then ignite, like so, and we have our glowing ember again. It's as easy as that with this method. Now as you can see, that's glowing away happily there, and will continue to do for a couple of minutes. So all we would have to do now is the same method I just showed you when I was doing the flint and steel method, which is use a tinder bundle such as a jute twine or a dried grasses tinder bundle to blow it to flame. Now you will remember I do have the 2 spare bits, so while that's glowing away I've got enough time to make a quick tinder bundle. Now if you're doing this in a situation where you're under pressure, obviously your fire prep is of the utmost importance, but in this scenario I'm not under any pressure, and I may as well just show you the ember to flame part of the firelighting. So tinder bundle made there, glowing ember in there, so we're just going to add the tinder. There we go, guys. Simple as that. So guys, I really hope you've learnt something from this video, and I really hope it's coming useful to you. I also hope that you'll go out there and try and find some of the fungus we've been talking about and give it a go. Anyway guys, I've got to shoot, so until next time guys, thank you for watching. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.